Following is a Live the Dream Media production.
All right, we are back, Clint. Here's the cool thing about this morning. I'm a little pumped, more pumped than usual.
Go for it.
Let me fix my headphones here.
You,
drank
David
extra coffee this
Marana.
morning, but also we have an app now. Can you believe it?
I'm telling the world right now.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hey, thanks, Raul. I appreciate the applause. But no, it's something we've been working on for what, a year?
Yeah.
Little more?
For me, it's more like 5 decades.
Yeah.
I was telling Ed yesterday, I said, all the things we're doing now, I've wanted to do since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I said, the only difference is now David's in my world making these things happen. Right?
And Raul's back there, man. Thank
Raul's
you.
in there rocking it in the meat locker.
From intern to paid guy, like he's made.
Hey, thank you, Raul. I haven't personally been able to, I didn't see you yesterday. Thanks for stepping in.
Yeah, you know
yesterday.
what?
That was really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool to have you here. So we're going to talk about some cool stuff today. One of them being the new fries that's coming to Gladden Farms.
Yeah.
You, sir, have the date of when it's opening.
Yeah.
And we're good to share it, right? We're cleared. We've gotten the blessing. We're ready to go.
How about this? I heard the date yesterday and said I'm going to repeat it. It's October 16th. It's on a Wednesday.
Oh, man. I was going to wait till after ad break.
No. October 16th. Get in play.
Okay, so October 16th, the Fries and Gladden Farms is going to be open for business.
Yes.
So we are less than a month away from that?
Yeah, it's a month from Monday. It's 4 weeks today.
Oh, that's so cool.
And you know what? I was going to talk to Ed, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. I think that's 15 years, 18 years that they've been, the town of Marana has been kind of working on making this happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
very
so cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to go to a quick ad break, and then we will see you back here, and we will jump into a couple more things we're going to talk about with Marana and some stuff going on. I went to an event yesterday held by the district that was really cool I want to share about. So, yeah, we'll see you after this ad break.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in Southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash.
When you call in anonymously with the tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward.
Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, CopperCreekCookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, CopperCreekCookies.net.
There is a lot of digital marketing and digital advertising agencies throughout the U.S. I see a new one pop up every day. But we stand out because of our community impact, our client relationships, delivering and doing what we say. That's a key thing, right? A lot of places will tell you, hey, we're going to do this. They don't communicate to you. We're in communication with you. You're going to always get that real small business feel from us. You're going to have ways to contact us, ask us questions, right? Because we want you to do better, but we want to be better every day as well. And we're always innovating. We're always coming up with new ideas, new ways to win, applying for new platforms, and even creating some of our own platforms is some of the stuff we have going forward. So I would say that's what sets us apart.
We are back.
Yeah.
Thanks, Raul. I
Yeah.
know that this whole new setup we just learned it today, which is really cool, but you're doing a great job in there, man. How are you this morning?
I'm loving, man. Like I said, with anything, man, I'm living the dream working here, and I appreciate both you all.
Let me see you. Let's let
show the money maker, dude. There you go. Yeah.
In the studio, like I said, thank you both for always giving me the opportunity.
Yeah.
Really, this is my dream job, so thank you guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, it's good. It's nice to have you. You're doing a lot of cool stuff with the sports, and we really appreciate it. So yeah, if you missed us before the break, the Fry's in Gladden Farms is opening October 16th.
Yep.
Less than a month away. So that's really huge. You know, that was a reason why I wouldn't move out there when I first was looking at Marana.
Apparently, that's going to be bigger than the one over on Tangerine and Thornydale.
Oh, the Gucci fries?
The Gucci fries.
That's what everybody calls it.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard that before, we call it the Gucci
I want to go
fries.
back to real quick. The last commercial that was running was you talking about the new platforms. This is one of the new platforms that you were referring to.
Yeah.
It's very cool because we're now in what I would call print. With This is Marana and Local Marana. Yeah. We're print. Then this is TV. If you're watching us, this is our TV. And now we have radio.
Yeah.
And we've been listening to it, Tammy and I, nonstop since you launched it.
I love it. I love
Monday
it.
afternoon.
That's funny because there's 8 listeners that we haven't even pushed it out yet. So 8 people have it already and are listening to it, which is really, really interesting.
So what I'd like to do is bring it to everybody, all of our listeners and viewers' attention is if you want to hear a certain song or certain things you want to listen to, let us know. Send us an email. Or actually, there's a place to request it on the app itself.
Yes, which we haven't gotten on yet. We haven't turned it on yet because we don't want to get bombarded by everything. But you know what? If you are feeling something like that, I mean, shoot us. If you have a playlist that you really like, you're like, hey, these songs are really good, send it to us via email, ltdmediaco@gmail.com, and we'll see if we can fit it into the lineup there.
We only have 22.6 million titles that we can play, so I bet we can cover you.
Yes.
Unless it's your own original stuff, then.
Yeah, then you have to give us permission. So, we are fully licensed through BMI, which is really cool, and feels good to do that. They're like safe, you know what I mean? So, and then, I mean, even with it, they're like, hey, if you come across something that gets played and it's not under us, they want to get it licensed. Yeah. So they'll work with us. So we'll be all right.
Well, that would be if you had your own original material, we're gonna get you hooked up.
Yeah. I just finally got a good night's sleep last night. I was telling you.
Where have you been?
I went to Indianapolis.
Yes, go ahead and touch on that a little bit. But you've been doing a lot of other stuff post-trip because you've done a lot of stuff since you got back. We've been really busy this
Pretty
week.
much landed and jumped in a race car. Like, that's just how it's felt. It's been super crazy. I went to a really cool event last night with the Tucson Creator Collective. It was a private event that, I was grateful. No, we got invited to it. It was great information. Met a lady named Sabrina who's putting it together, and she's doing something really cool. I'm not going to give out the gist of it because if you're interested, you should just look it up and try to go to one of the events and see who's there. But before that, I went to Indianapolis in Indiana for a conference. I go to the Crime Stoppers conference with 88 Crime I'm on the board of. So, shameless plug, 88 Crime, anonymous tip line. If you have any information regarding a crime or anything, you're welcome to go there. You can get up to a reward up to $2,500. It's fully anonymous. Nothing is saved, no data, nothing. All phone calls are encrypted. Website and everything is the same way. Also, you can also donate to the cause. It is a non-for-profit, so if you're looking for something to donate to, please consider 88 Crime. We work with all of the agencies in Southern Arizona in Pima County, so make that happen. The other thing is...
You guys won some awards.
We won some awards, yeah. So Jessica Motes, who is the president of 88 Crime, did a really good commercial last year that was put together. And
you just saw it.
Yeah, you just saw it. Yeah.
You just saw that.
So that won an award for PSA of the year because where it was put, there's been really cool stuff going on. I've been getting text messages and calls about how the commercial's been on the Sunday night football games, and it was on the very first game with the Chiefs and the Ravens, and it's just been on some other platforms and stuff like that. Yeah, so the national board saw that and was like, "That's really cool." And then the other thing is something to know about 88 Crime is it's a relentless organization. Right? Because it focuses on the safety of the community. And what I mean relentless is 88 Crime did 36 plus events last year, or went to 36 plus events throughout the year. on top of handling the day-to-day stuff. So when I hear people, and you're gonna think this too, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you need to know the people involved. You need to understand what's involved in the 88 Crime non-for-profit organization. It is relentless.
You know, not to drift into that, but I hear that all the time from young people.
Yeah.
How you doing? Well, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm like, stop it. So I want to move real quickly to something else that I did yesterday, and with Ed Honey, the mayor. I hope you're listening, Ed. Shout out to you this morning. Happy Wednesday. Ed and I went to and did a tour. We've been talking about doing this for a couple of years. We did it yesterday at PVV. Our good buddy Pete Van Bogart with Larry Johnston Jr., Tony Sharp Jr., Anthony Monty, and Patrick gave us a tour of the place. It's incredible. Yeah. But you just said something about relentless. And they were talking about, and they do it now, but they used to be in a little spot over on 14th and I can't remember, Grant, right off the freeway there at Grant. Yeah. And it was a much smaller building. They built every piece.
Let me go get something.
New building. Go do whatever you need to do. Tell the listeners. Yeah, okay, I know what you're going to do. Yeah. They built every piece of this new building, which is the warehouse is 35,000 square feet. The office at space. Yeah, check this out. Look at that. This is how cool is that?
Here, let me look at this.
Yeah. Get it up close here, David. This was something they gave to Ed and Live the Dream Media
Pretty
yesterday.
Cool.
I've known Pete for a long time. He was a welding instructor down at Pima Community College, and he was introduced to me by Raul's incredible uncle, Edgar Soto.
We need the air horn on that one. Come on.
Yeah. But they said, the young guy that was talking to me, Patrick, he said, back when they were building this, and you should see, we'll put some pictures and video up of it. And the build is great. Of course, they're in the steel and fabricating, I mean, it's first class. They built every piece at the old facility to bring to the new facility.
Wow.
And then built the trusses and all that. But there were times that, they were burning the midnight oil. Hey, I'm going to run and grab some pizza, and we're going to keep burning. So we all get tired. I think everybody needs a break. There's no doubt about that. But stop it with the, I'm exhausted, I'm running all over the place. I'm calling you out right now. Stop that. Yeah. We're all tired. Turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when it's young people. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
You're in your mid-30s. You can churn and burn on, give me 4 or 5 hours. Let's go.
Yeah. No, yeah. If I ever tell anybody that I am truly tired, one, I trust you. Second, is my eyes they feel like they're gonna fall out of my head because I'm just.
Well, you don't tell people. You just go take care of it. You just go take a nap.
Yeah.
By the way, I was here the other day and I was a little bit tired. I'm old though. Yeah. And we had an event going on, and I'm pointing to the couch here in the studio in the office. I actually went over there and laid down and went to sleep.
Yeah.
I've 15, 20 minutes.
I've had that happen before.
It felt pretty good.
Yeah. You just
I don't do that, by the way, but I did that on Thursday.
Need that little pick me up there. So hey, you got.
Can we say it one more time? And stop with the I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Just stop it. Everybody is. Yeah. And if you're not, then didn't get busy.
There ain't no rest for the wicked, my friend.
Yeah. I posted this morning also about risk taking. Is hey, life's a playground, not a minefield, right? Take a risk. Most aren't fatal. Most aren't dangerous. It doesn't work. Dust yourself off. Try it again. Failure is an event, not a person. Zig Ziglar said the latter.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing, and that's what we do. Off camera, you and I were talking about it just a minute ago. I'm like, hey, what if we did? What if we did? I'm already pushing this guy some more. I told him. I promised him when we first met.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to be a pusher. I'm going to push you a little bit.
Yeah.
I push myself, but I push other people too.
Yeah, having that extra drive, I'm sure there's some other people can relate to this, is like it's a blessing and a curse. Because like I'll think about days where I'm like, man, I wonder what it's like to like not have every minute of the day spoken for.
I don't think that way.
Yeah.
Oh, no. maybe. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Here's something else too that I wanted to bring up on the show, and I want to bring up to you too, is we're gonna need some help here. Real soon. I'm talking about people that know how to do design work and stuff like that. I think.
Can I throw something in real quick?
We should have people send us some resumes.
Committed, hard driving people.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got one. He's in the booth right now, and he's started.
We called him last minute. David had double booked some stuff. Both of them was real important.
Mm-hmm.
We had a backup to the backup, but you called Raul, and then you text and said, "Yeah, he's on." I'm like, "Of course he is."
Yeah,
unless he had a prior commitment that locked him out of that time frame. I knew he would.
Right,
was going to be here.
Right. Yeah, so he filled in.
Thank you, Raul.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate you coming in yesterday. But
always got you guys.
You know, when you came here, I got to go to an event with the Marana Unified School District that was really cool. And before I get into it, I just want to speak about what I observed about a person or two people in particular. Mm-hmm. The first one is Allie Benjamin, who is in charge of public relations of the Unified School District. The fact that she was able to get this many people in the room together, like leaders of organizations, whether faith-based, school, and business, which it was just insanely impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the room was full, and there was recognizable faces. It was incredible. There was another thing too. Was Dan Streeter?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's been in here before on a podcast with Mayor Ed Honey, and you know, I haven't gotten to talk to him too much. But what I did see yesterday from Dan Streeter is, first off, Marana Unified School District is very lucky to have that gentleman, because what I saw with this program, I don't know of anything like this going on. And what it showed was that he literally has a passion and a drive for innovation through community relationships. Mm-hmm. Remember, we talk about relationships all the time?
Again.
Yeah. And he used that word many times in there. So just to kind of give you some perspective on it, it basically was an event that all the school leaders in the district, business leaders in the community, and faith-based leaders in the community got together, and we sat at these tables together, face to face, right? Cut out all the noise, just had conversations about what do we all need and how can we help each other get to achieve our goals and develop and make this community great. And it was awesome. And I want to do a shout out to Sarah Whaley, who is the director of the PAL. It's the preschool here on Old Father. And she's the one that got us in there. She got Live the Dream Media and Local Marana in there. And it gave us a real good chance to say, hey, what do you need as a school? How can we help you? And then they go, hey, what do you want to do? You know, so like, for instance, she's going to come on the show in a couple weeks.
Beautiful.
To talk about what's going on there, that preschool, because it's a learning center to accommodate folks and students that may have a learning disability. And she's going to talk about like how to get through that uneasy part of learning that about your child and how to navigate and what to do with it from going forward and how they can help. So I was like, man, see, people don't know about that.
Yeah, any listener to this podcast, especially the local Marana one, working title podcast, knows that education's, I was going to say probably, but it definitely is number one on our list of things that we think are important, the way we solve issues in society, and the way we grow as a community. And to have those kind of events, again, shout out to Dan and all the ladies that you mentioned, to put that together, to facilitate those kind of groups, because there's a lot of the groups that just get together, no offense, because it's necessary too, but woohoo, look at me, this is what I do, here's my card. There's plenty of those.
Right.
But to have a group that's setting together for one goal, and it's not about you, it's about we.
Right.
As a community, what can we do? Maybe it's you. What can you do as an individual or a group, business, whatever organization, to contribute to the whole benefit of the community? Which those are rare.
Right. You know what was also cool about it too that I forgot to mention? There were parents there.
Well,
Parents
there should be.
Parents of students that go to those schools. Yeah.
But that means Sarah or someone made sure that they got the invitation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They didn't just randomly show up.
Yeah, again, you know, Allie Benjamin, we've been getting emails from her like crazy, like, hey, this is coming up. Here's a reminder. Like she's awesome. So
we need way more of that.
Yeah.
And that's what we as a business, That's a big focus of what Live the Dream Media is about, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, how can we better our everyone around us?
Mm-hmm.
To quote Warren Buffett, "Rising tide raises all craft."
Right. You said something last year, I think it was, when we were doing a program called Faith Family Schools.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're wanting to hear that program, it's still available. It's on Spotify and Apple, and it's some really in-depth conversations with some church leaders and stuff like that about school, faith, and stuff like that. And there's some school leaders too, so go and check that out. But anyways, you said something on one of those programs, and you said, I want to make sure the doctor that's taking care of me has all the training
Or
and
the
education.
road builder, or the clerk at the store,
Yeah.
whatever you are. I want that next generation to be as highly trained as possible.
Absolutely.
Because I have people ask,
Mm-hmm.
my kids are grown. I don't have grandchildren. Why do you care about public education or education as a whole? And I'm like, yeah, I want smart people taking care of me. The older I get, the more dependent I'm going to become, right?
Yeah.
I want the best. Whatever the road builders, clerks at stores. I mean, you just name an occupation. I want the best in that occupation.
I gotta tell you,
Is that selfish? Yeah,
dude,
a little bit. But
Okay, this makes me nervous. Okay, so when I was out of town, I'm not gonna say where I was because there was a couple stops before I got to where I was at in the Midwest. Scary situation, and I'm not talking about like
physically,
like a train was coming or the plane was crashing or anything.
Yeah.
But I went to an establishment and I tried ordering like a water and a couple of snacks, I think some fruit and like a Nutri-Grain bar or something. And during the transaction, the system went down.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
And guys like, oh man, the system's down. I'm like, all right, well, can you do cash? Let me find out. Okay, cool. He can do cash. Well, I give him a 20 and
No clue.
Like it like either so he's looking at the computer screen, there was nothing there available. Maybe he didn't know where it was to do the math, but he tried doing it in his head.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh my gosh, and he had to get his calculator out on his phone.
Dude,
do it.
As a kid, we had the little cash register with the money in it. And I probably could make you change for a 20 before I started school. In my mind, I think I probably could, because
you get those reps.
My parents, my mom specifically, was hey, okay. So if somebody hands you a 5 and you start counting it out, so it's just common.
How sadly trained are we? We just expect to go. Boop,
hey, our
tap
children
your
are
card.
sponges.
Yeah.
Children are sponges. You've got 2 little ones, man. You can train. I've got 3 $2 bills in my wallet right now that I've had for 15 years, maybe longer than that. And the reason I have them is because, number one, they're in sequential order, which is kind of cool. Somebody went to the dog track, but then someone went to Circle K with grandma's pony money and spent it. But the clerk, I know the Circle K that I was at. The clerk didn't know what to do with the $2 bills, right? They knew how to make change.
Like they just didn't think it was real, or what?
They didn't think it was real. They didn't know what to do with them. I've got more than those $2 bills on me for some reason. I carry $2 bills. But here he didn't. It was he didn't know what to do with them once he had them.
He sure was.
I'm sure it was.
Okay, looks like we're going to go to ad break. So we'll come back with he.
Yeah, with he.
Thanks again for our sponsors. We'll talk to you soon.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash.
When you call in anonymously with the tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward.
Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
There is a lot of digital marketing and digital advertising agencies throughout the US. I see a new one pop up every day. But we stand out because of our community impact, our client relationships, delivering and doing what we say. That's a key thing, right? A lot of places will tell you, hey, we're going to do this. They don't communicate to you. We're in communication with you. You're going to always get that real small business feel from us. You're going to have ways to contact us, ask us questions, right? Because we want you to do better, but we want to be better every day as well. And we're always innovating. We're always coming up with new ideas, new ways to win, applying for new platforms, and even creating some of our own platforms is some of the stuff we have going forward. So I would say that's what sets us apart.
And we're back. You caught my thumbs up there.
Yeah.
We're learning this new thing.
Yeah.
You know how cool it is? You know, we're on the break. You know who this guy's talking to right now? Who called you right now?
Ed.
Mayor Ed Honey.
Mayor Ed Honey called me. Hey, Clark.
You know, and that's on me. I didn't have the phone system set up today. And that's on me. You know, I don't even know where the phone's at.
Yeah. Well, I
I'm so
verified
sorry.
something. 17 years the town of Marana has been working on getting the fries in. And they had to push kind of hard a couple of times. The developers were trying to sell that for more housing, and they're like, "No, we're going to build a grocery store there with a lot of other stuff."
Yeah.
So 17 years ends on October 16th of 2024.
Well, thank you guys for not giving up and fighting the good fight
thanks,
and
Ed.
doing the thing.
And
for
there's a whole
the
bunch of
people
people, John Post and Patty Comerford and Roxanne Ziegler, and those are the current.
I love it.
They're and there were other people, but they just Terry Rosema has been, very impactful on that. We got, hey, there are times that we disagree about stuff with our leaders. I mean, something came up the other day, and I'm like, no, I won't get into it right now. But and most people felt that way, but. Here's what I do know, and when we were meeting with Pete and Larry and the guys at PBV yesterday, and Ed was there, he assured them, and I reassured them that he was speaking gospel, that they're going to get you an answer. It might not always be the one you want. That's why it's so cool to be an operator in Marana. You know, the joke is, and it's true, I sleep in Oro Valley, but I live in Marana. My waking hours, most of them are spent here. And I don't always get an answer I want when I ask, but I always get an answer. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we need?
Right.
A legitimate answer. And then it's like, well, okay, it's not the answer I want. Well, how can I either change what I'm doing or modify what I'm doing to accommodate it?
Right.
Yeah, they've always been never. I can't say that about other bureaucracies in this community.
Yeah.
I won't name any names. I won't name any organizations, but most of them are not that way at all. They're actually very much, hey, you're going to do it our way. We don't care. Here's the answer. It's very much a you work for us, we don't work for you mentality, and I never felt that with Marana. We're here to help.
Same. Hey, before we went to break, we were talking about he
Yeah,
was struggling with a couple $2 bills.
Yeah, $2 bills. And I'm like, well, whatever I was giving him, I'm like, well, give me that as part of my change. I'll take them. He didn't know where to put them in the drawer. He's looking around. He's confused. And I'm like, I'll just take those off their hands. And then I'm looking at them. They're all in sequential order, which I've carried them in my wallet.
Yeah.
I've changed wallets, but the three $2 bills are in my wallet right now.
I was telling you too. So I went to a baseball game and did all kinds of things up in Indianapolis. And one thing really struck my attention in a bad way. Couldn't use cash anywhere. I brought cash. I had cash. Couldn't use cash anywhere. Had to use credit or, PayPal or, tap and all that. And that's how that happened, right? This person's probably just used to everybody doing that all day. But it was really frustrating because I went to the baseball game. I'm like, I'm going to go get a hot dog or I'm going to go get a drink or whatever. I couldn't use cash. Yeah. So I had it just sitting in my pocket. And I'm like, cool. All the prices everywhere here are higher because we got to accommodate these surcharges because I got to use this card. But I can't use.
Who was responsible for that?
Well, who do you think?
Well, the banks.
Yeah. And you brought up, so we did a cashless society podcast
last year
where we were talking about the same thing where cash, they're trying to get rid of cash. And I think people go, oh, the convenience completely outweighs the cost of everything going on, right? So, and you did the math of a certain demographical area.
Just Marana.
Yeah.
And a made up number. I don't even know if it's anywhere close, but
you took in the amount of money. And then let's say you had your economy here and you input the surcharges.
And I was only using
that.
Small businesses.
Yeah, and you ended up with what?
Like $15 million in Marana, and it's got to be at least that much, but it could be more of just the $3 or the 3% surcharge on everything we do.
For how long of a time period? Were you
1 year. 1 year.
So 1 year.
So I use the analogy as, let's say I go get a haircut and I give the man a 50. And I get my change back, and then the barber takes that 50 and he goes to the dry cleaner, and the dry cleaner comes to Copper Creek Cookies and buys a few cinnamon rolls, and we're off to the gyro place, the taco gyro, and we're spending that same 50. What stays in circulation here in the community? It doesn't evaporate. Yeah. Well, if you're spending 3% on every transaction. I don't have the number off the top of my head, but it's about 30 transactions. The 50's gone completely.
It's taken out of the
local economy. And I'm like, well, why are we doing that? I actually came up in conversation yesterday. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, I did pay for lunch with our card, LTD, Live the Dream Media, paid, but I tipped the waitress in cash. And I always do that. Yeah. The waitresses or waiters are always going to get tipped in cash. I don't care so much about the large corporations. It's already built into the cost. But the small businesses, I'm a big advocate in let's spend cash at small businesses. And I'm not trying to beat the tax man as if there was something wrong with that.
You remember the comments on it?
Oh, yeah, you're trying to not pay tax. No. Yeah. It says on your money.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
What an idiot. I couldn't believe that guy. I'd be like, dude, you know how to do math?
Yeah.
You're withering away the value of that money.
Yeah.
You think because they're trying to avoid the tax man when you go buy food?
Yeah.
Dude.
That's stupid. Well, in most cases, a lot of food isn't taxed. As far as at the grocery store, it's not taxed.
Yeah.
Nor should it.
People piss me off sometimes with some stupid stuff like that.
Don't get me started on some of these taxes. How about this one? I'm going to go off. Now I'm going to go on a rant.
Oh, no. Stuff's going to start flying around, guys. Get the safety pads out.
Payroll tax is the stupidest tax I've ever heard of.
Why is that still going on? Because that got initiated during COVID time, right?
No. Payroll tax has been around since forever.
Well, they raised it during COVID.
Well, they did, but
yeah,
you are being taxed on your effort. Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
There are so many other ways to get the taxes necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a tax show, but we're paying a lot of taxes
Welcome
for
to
everything.
Clint's tax practice.
Well, and it's a collusion between government and the banking industry.
Uh-oh.
What is?
Uh-oh. We need to chime like the dark conspiracy music here.
You guys know the story. I've told this. You know this story. Real quick. Chrysler. This is way back in the day. Chrysler couldn't sell cars. He was having a real hard time competing with Henry Ford because Henry Ford was cranking these cars out because he paid a good wage. He had good working conditions. That's where the 40-hour week came from. Give that credit to Henry Ford. But Chrysler can't sell cars because he can't compete with the system that Henry Ford has created. Mm-hmm. And so he's meeting with J.P. Morgan, the banker. And I don't dislike bankers. Matter of fact, my thing used to be is I wanted to marry a banker's daughter. I married a fireman's daughter, but that's okay. It worked out 33 years
Did you put
later.
that song, Farmer's Daughter, on the playlist on the radio station yesterday?
A fireman's daughter, not farmer's daughter. Although that'd been a hard worker for sure. But
hands would be rough for sure.
But so there, Morgan says to Chrysler, because Chrysler says, I can't sell cars, I can't compete with Ford. And he goes, well, how about if we give them the car for free? And Chrysler's like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we're going to finance that car. And you guys all know this if you've ever financed anything and you walk out with something that you've got a bank loan, you almost feel like you're getting over on them. Yeah. You're getting a new car, you're getting a new house, you're getting whatever, a new boat, whatever it is. And you don't have to pay for it.
Oh,
the problem is you will pay for that forever because what do?
Forever.
You trade in a new car, you trade in your car. As soon as you get paid off, what do? People trade them in.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't even wait till then.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll go and oh, well, it's 5 years. I got to get my upgrade, and then they go in, and now they're just adding the costs.
Little tip. Make sure you got enough money.
I'm stressing right now. You got to stop with this.
Hopefully, you know your vehicle that you own still has some value. Go in and make your best deal, and then write them a check.
They hate that, dude.
Yeah, they do.
Don't
tell them you're going to be paid cash up front.
No, they hate when
because they'll throw you out.
They'll change the price.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah, no. Here's what you don't do when you go to the dealership. Okay, when you're riding, you're test driving. First thing, don't tell them what you do for a living.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't just ask for the real subtle stuff first, right? Like, give me tell them that you're just like I'm looking for the best, cheapest thing you got. Yeah. Because if you don't, they're going to take you in that nice Cadillac Escalade, and you're going to go for a test drive in there, and you're going to want to buy that.
If I tell them exactly what I want, what I'm looking for, and I want the best price, and I'm not going to give you 1 penny more than this.
Well, you shop different. You did the car shopping, didn't you?
Well, the last 2 times, I didn't even shop. Somebody brought me the vehicle. My son brought the first one, and my wife brought the second one, and I negotiated the price, and it's this, and it's not a penny more.
Okay, I got you.
With my wife, it was a couple of pennies more, but I was, you know why?
Yeah.
I didn't need a new vehicle.
Right.
I've tried to instill that in my children. You don't get a deal if you need something.
Yeah.
You only get a deal if you don't need something.
You know where I really like car shopping? If I'm going to go to a dealership?
That one over there where there's no haggle.
CarMax.
Yeah.
Because it's just the price. Hey, we're going to need to go to a quick ad break. We got somebody here. We're going to let them in the building, and we will see you shortly. Thanks, Raul.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash.
When you call in anonymously with a tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward.
Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
There is a lot of digital marketing and digital advertising agencies throughout the US. I see a new one pop up every day. But we stand out because of our community impact, our client relationships, delivering and doing what we say. That's a key thing, right? A lot of places will tell you, hey, we're going to do this. They don't communicate to you. We're in communication with you. You're going to always get that real small business feel from us. You're going to have ways to contact us, ask us questions, right? Because we want you to do better, but we want to be better every day as well. And we're always innovating. We're always coming up with new ideas, new ways to win, applying for new platforms, and even creating some of our own platforms is some of the stuff we have going forward. So I would say that's what sets us apart.
We are back.
We're back.
Thanks. We had to let our good friend Ron in here so he could join
Ron
Raul in the back.
Arenas, Picture Rocks Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
He's a
I don't have
local
the number
media mogul.
memorized like Chris DeSimone does, but I'll do better, Ron. I'll do better. Hey, I wanted one more thing, and then I'll get down off my little soapbox about it. Hey, what I'd like for you to do, not if you're driving. Now, if you're driving, don't do this right now. But what I'd like for you to do, if you're not driving or operating heavy equipment or something like that, get in your wallet, take out a $1 bill, $10, whatever you got in there, and look and see what it says on there. It says, this is legal tender. Period. There's no asterisk. There's no, and you know what? There are a lot of places that I go, Diamondback games and stuff. Other than the parking lot, you can't use cash anywhere, and it really upsets me because it's against the law to do that. I'm not. Look, 3% isn't going to kill anybody, but it is if we keep doing it over and over and over.
You think they ain't going to raise those?
Well, they can raise it to whatever they want if we can't use cash.
Right.
What makes you think that the next wouldn't be 5 or 6 or 8 to use a card? If they own them, there's so many things we do, David, that the good old days, the Teddy Roosevelts of the world would bust them up because they're monopolies. They are too big to fail at this point. And we need. When does enterprise and innovation happen and good things happen? When there's competition.
Right.
When people are allowed to create without boundaries set on them. And we talk about glass ceilings and we talk about things that women have dealt with or minorities deal with. Well, now it's small businesses are facing that same oppression.
Right.
You know, small businesses just can't. I mean, Ron owns a small business. You and I own a small business. We know a lot of people own small businesses, and I've owned small businesses for 30 years. We've never been under assault like we are right now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And it's from all angles.
So go register and vote. Yeah. And fix this.
Well, yeah.
Please.
Yeah. And not only go register and vote and get involved, but get involved in your community. Show up at these events when you get invited.
Yeah. Can I say the most sarcastic thing right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am so happy.
You own this thing.
I am so happy for the candidates we have for president.
Oh, okay.
Remember, sarcasm.
Hey, here we are, 7 weeks away? Thank you, Raul.
Hey, Raul's on. He's on it, dude.
Hear about this right now. We're less than 7 weeks, I believe. I'm sure we are.
Yeah.
I'd start with a clean slate right now, given the opportunity.
I know.
Matter of fact, Bill Maher, who I agree with about half the time, said the other day, we ought to have like a 90-day window for presidency.
Yeah.
Because you know what? No matter who wins in November, the 28 campaign starts November, what's the date? 6th this year, I believe it is. Whatever, 7 weeks from yesterday. The 28 campaign starts the following day.
Yeah.
You think that's to you and I, the average American citizen's best advantage? And you want to talk about things that really, your word, piss you off, right? We have become so tribalized, and we're split like in 3 sections. People talk about 2. We're really split in 3. We're split left, right, and those that don't give a crap.
Yeah.
And I need those that don't give a crap to start giving a crap. And I need the independent thinkers and voters like you and I to start caring more and start getting involved. And just because I tell people I'm an independent, which I am and have been for decades, doesn't mean I don't care. I care a lot about the outcome, but I don't care about the party that wins. So I don't care about that. I want people that are going to, because can we agree on this with no sarcasm? These elected officials don't give a crap about you. And I'm talking all the way down to local in most cases. Won't name her by name, but we've got an elected state official that's fighting a traffic ticket right now, claiming immunity. She was blatantly felony speeding. She's more than 35 miles an hour. She was doing 70.
It's criminal. It wasn't felony.
Criminal.
But still, nonetheless.
And she is now fighting it right now. She showed up in court, thanked her followers. She's actually been in this room. Stop it. I don't want to hear that. She actually lost her primary, and nothing personal, but good.
So I had a personal mission this morning was to fire Clint up, so you guys can get a really good experience for the VIPs that are on the app right now, so you can get that next level.
You, David.
The next level.
Well, and I started drinking coffee at 5 o'clock this morning.
Oh, so he's already pre-juiced. Okay, that's good to know. Here's the craziest thing about this election cycle. So we're going to talk a little bit of politics. We're not going to we're never going to be like, hey, go tell you how to vote or anything like that.
No.
But one thing that's really interesting for one party in particular. Again, I'm an independent. Okay, guilty as charged. I like to think with my own noggin. The fact that somebody was put into the race without being chosen. For me, I'm like, I've never seen a bigger middle finger to the populace other than that.
What's never happened in modern American history, for
and then
sure.
I see everybody like, yeah, this person. I'm like, y'all didn't even choose that person.
Johnson stepped down on his own. I remember that was a young kid in '68, but he stepped down on his own. There was a lot of pressure. He knew he wasn't going to win. You know what? If we were reading this in a third world country, how would we refer to it?
Oh, it's over.
It was a coup.
Yeah. So anyways, aside from that, like, I just can't get through. I can't.
But David, on the same token, if the party leaders, and that's why to me it's always about how the leadership of these parties.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's what they want to do, it's their club.
Yeah. Well, it threw
it
threw
is
a
the
lot
big middle finger to the people that are in that party.
Yeah.
The voters in that.
Well, I think about all the representatives that are in that party that are working hard and doing things and trying to get to that level. You didn't even get a shot.
No.
You didn't even get a shot, man.
Yeah, no. But
you just imagine playing in a league, the NFL league, and you don't win any games because you haven't been winning any games, and they just go, hey, you're in the Super Bowl.
Well, it's like we say, though, it's your business. It's Apple or it's Google or it's Facebook. Hey, people, free speech, free speech, free speech. But that doesn't apply to Facebook. It's a business.
Yeah.
And you can, is it fair enough to say, you could start any business you want. I don't care. You can start any business you want. And really, as long as you don't blatantly discriminate against anybody, which would be against the law, right?
Yeah.
You can kind of run that business however you want.
Right.
Right? I mean, we agree with that.
Right.
Now, you can't blatantly, you can't block certain groups out and stuff on real estate and stuff. That's against the law. That's what's the word I'm looking for?
Redlining.
Yeah, redlining. But there's an official. You're discriminating against certain groups of people.
Yeah.
And the 14th Amendment of the United States does not allow for a lot of that stuff. But if you want to open a business, and I don't want to. I was going to use an example, and I won't use that. But if you want to open a business and you want to run it a certain way, and you want to attract a certain clientele, and that's how you're going to do it. Okay, how about this? I've been in businesses in Cicero, Illinois. Not recently, but back in the 70s and 80s. That was still they were still mobbed up. They didn't want me in there, and made it very apparent. Even though this is a public building, a public business per se, it was obvious that I was not supposed to be there, and they made sure that I knew that, hey kid, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And I left. I'm smart enough to leave, like real quick.
Yeah. You know, all that said, I also struggle with, this is just an opinion, but it's also an educated opinion. I struggle with bringing on somebody who put a hole in the ship, helped put a hole in the ship. I'm like, I don't want you on my boat because you're just going to take that shotgun and shoot a hole in the ground and continue. Like, I am in complete awe of the idiocracy in politics at this time in September of 2024. And I want to just express to the viewers and listeners, there's so much else going on in the world that you can just be focusing on. Like, go do your vote thing and take time to read, study, and understand things for yourself. You know, if you go onto the echo chambers of social media, you're going to hear your same views. And here, let me say another thing. Let me say another thing. There's a party here locally that just loses all the time. That's a fact.
What do you call them?
Losers.
Losers.
Yeah. So. Also, I've had a couple questions or some conversations with
He's
some folks.
Fired up.
Look at this guy. Well, hey, you know what? Some people are like, hey, you know, when you go on your platform, kind of tell people what's going on. The ones that aren't, take the curtain off a little bit. Here's the curtain. I'm taking the curtain off. There's a party here in Puget County that can't win.
Yeah.
And you gotta figure out a way to win, which means you need to innovate. You need to do things to make that happen, and you need to meet with people. Okay. Drive around in your truck with a Trump flag or something else.
Let me jump in here, David. Let me jump in here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got to jump in here.
How to lose 101.
I don't care if the Democrats win or the Republicans win.
I want best candidate.
I want the best candidate to win. I really, truly don't. But here's what I do want. I want both parties, and they both suck at this, and this is where competition is so valuable. Get some good candidates, go to work, and let's create competition, legitimate competition for these seats. Because a dear friend of ours worked his butt off. His family worked his butt off. They got out, they knocked on doors, they went everywhere.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
They just got smoked by the machine.
I know.
That wasn't even close.
I could see Raul in there just like, oh man.
I mean, it was disheartening.
Yeah.
I mean, I was disheartened, and I was more of a witness than anything else. I can only imagine the people that spent their weekends and nights and going out.
Hey, going into
that's a lack of two things. That's a lack of an informed electorate.
Right.
Which is, you've got to take your head out of your rear end and start paying attention to what's going on.
Amen, brother.
That's where you got to stop just focusing on your own. Hey, look, life's good for me. Life's good for you. You're raising two beautiful children. You got an awesome wife. You take vacations. You got money in the bank. My life's good.
Yeah.
It's good. But I want it to be that good for everybody.
Right.
And I don't think most people really feel, they don't give a crap about their neighbor.
Cover the caveat, though. They got to work hard.
Well, you got to work
Make
hard.
some good choices.
You got to make good choices.
Don't be out there smoking crack and driving drunk and all that stuff. Don't be doing that. You got to make some good choices out there.
Oh, and can you just put the phone down when you're driving?
Yeah, it's been
I'm
a
a young guy this morning in a truck. I got behind him because I'm like, there's a young cat.
Here we go.
And not in a big truck, but a small truck, and he's had an out-of-state license plate, so he's not a snowbird because he's way too young. He was driving like 30 miles an hour in a 45, which everybody's doing 55. And he's all over the road, and he never once, I was watching him, never once was his eyes on the road.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I'm like, oh,
you know what? And I'm not a violent person. I'm not a physical person. But when that happens, I just want to pull him over and smack them. Put a big stupid dart right in the middle of their forehead and say, you're grounded for a day.
This is Clint in rare form, folks. This is the Clint you get when David pushes him a little bit and gets him going. I've seen a couple other people, but it's rare. We're coming close on time. I was going to say something to piggyback on it, but now, I know what it was. So I just want to highlight this last week of football, high school football here.
Hey.
The Marana
Wow.
Tigers beat the state champ Higley Knights 36-28. You know,
Yeah.
they were down most of the game,
Yeah,
just
but
like they were
yeah.
before with South Point.
Yeah.
You know how dangerous a team is that can come back and win these
And
games?
just shut them out
Yeah.
defensively.
Just lock in out of nowhere, like, all right.
And what's
Daddy's
the kid's
home.
first name? Desmond?
Yeah.
Roebuck.
Mm-hmm.
State record.
Yeah. Congratulations
And he's
on
still
that,
got the
Des.
whole rest of the season to pad those
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah. And congratulations to his parents, too. Those are some awesome and humble folks.
Yeah.
Monica and Sean. Really just, really, you guys, you'd just be so proud of the young men.
Coach
you're raising,
Stewart and the whole
your
coaching
daughter, too.
staff
So,
and
it's awesome.
that whole group out there. That is so cool. There's an excitement in the community around here.
Pumped up, man.
And you know, Mountain View, not to slight them, they're winning. No, they won. They won Friday.
I'm a Tiger.
Well, I
born-
know you're a
yeah,
Tiger,
so
but see, I didn't grow up here,
but you know what?
I'm across
you know
the
what?
board.
You know what? They play this weekend, or they play Friday. I'm going to that game.
Are you going?
Yeah, my brother and I are going to go watch the battle for the boot. We went last year,
Is
and
that
Mountain
this
View
week?
won. It's this week.
The battle for the boot.
Battle
is
for
this
the
week?
boot is this week, my
Is it
friend.
at
At
Mountain
home.
View?
No, it's at
at
Marana.
home?
Yeah, heading out there, and we're going to watch the battle for the boot.
I may go. I may join you.
No, you know, no, I'm just messing with Mountain View. Hey, they're all right. You know, they did have a setback last week, I believe, but
I thought they won last
Still,
week. They lost the week before.
is that how
I
it
could
happened?
be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong too.
I try to show.
We'll have to you know what? That's why we have a sports program,
Yeah.
Southern Arizona
Raul
Sports
can
Talk.
cover that for us.
Raul can figure that out for
Hey,
us on
Raul,
Friday.
you are killing it on there. I want to give you a shout out, buddy. I look forward every Friday night to checking to see where you're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, two Fridays ago, he was at Tucson High School, and Marana High School kicked their butts.
Mm-hmm. I think Raul thought it was going to be a little closer than that.
What was it?
Didn't you, Raul?
56 to 7 or something?
56 to 7. I was really hoping it was going to be closer because Tucson High is my old high school. But
Well, they're good. They're a good team. I think it's just, I think, you know.
They just got steamrolled, man.
You know, hey, they happen. Those games happen.
And
so.
you know what was cool about that for me, Raul, as a supporter of the Southern Arizona Sports Talk Show, and is you had both of those coaches on back-to-back weeks.
yeah, I tried planning that out. So
Yeah, you did
a good
good.
job, man.
And you want to give a shout out to I've shouted out Coach Stewart. You want to give a shout out to the Tucson High coach again?
Thank you, Coach Zach. And good way they beat Cienega this week. So
Yes.
they're
Nice.
positive things.
There we go. All right. Hey, that's a wrap for today.
And that went fast.
That went real quick. That's what
Well,
she said.
you get pumped up on caffeine, and you get your soapbox
Before
out.
we go, so pay attention to our social media platforms, okay? Because we're going to start putting out the link to go download the app. You can get the app in the Apple Store or
So
Google
excited
Play.
about that.
Go and download it. We are still adding things to it, but it is live. Like this broadcast today was on the app. After we're done here, we're going to have another podcast at 10 that's going to also be on the app with Christopher D. Simone.
Yeah.
He's going to bring in CJ Ham, who's opening Ham Bones.
Beautiful.
He's going to
Is he
join us
coming
on the
in?
program. No,
Beautiful.
he's not coming in. He's
He's
coming
gonna
on.
come on.
Coming
Okay, cool.
virtually.
I did
He's
not
going to
know
be
that.
joining. So yeah, if just pay attention, download the app. We are going to push some cool things on there and share stuff. But after the shows are over, guess what plays?
Playlist,
Music.
baby.
Music plays. So if you're looking for an app we're calling it the Discovery app. We're playing music from all different genres. It's a great mix of stuff.
I can't. I'm when I'm listening, I'm like,
Yeah.
what's coming next?
Yeah.
I like this. And if you don't like what you're hearing right now,
Yeah.
give it a song or two. Something's going to come up that you really
Yeah.
like. I guarantee you. And it's stuff. Like you said, it covers a lot of genres, and it covers a wide variety of time frame.
Right. And just, for full disclosure, there might be a curse word or two every once in a while just because we're not FCC regulated. We don't want to push that out that we're going down that road, but it might happen every now and then. But the FCC is not coming to get us. So.
Hey, just so you know, I tell David that a lot. I'm like, he says that to all of our new host. I'm like, hey, it's okay. You're right. But we're pushing that. What I said today will be the harshest that I'll ever say.
Yeah.
That's just the way it rose. Hey, you know what? Real quick, I want to thank all of our listeners and our listening audience and watching audience because we have a lot, and we're starting to really thank you, Raul, and we're excited about where we're at because now, as I've said, we got print, if you will, the Facebook stuff, we got TV, and now we got radio. So we're covering all areas of, and we can say and do things. We love the competition from Legacy because they're paying attention. They've contacted us, and we love that because we don't have any of the binders.
Yeah. No, we created a market too.
Yeah.
So don't forget that.
We had a good week this week, didn't we?
Man. We did.
And it's only Wednesday.
Hey, before we go, make sure you take your family out to the Marana Pumpkin Patch this year.
Yes.
Go have fun. They got cool new stuff. They got a cool new corn maze and a thing that's going on at night. Make sure you make that happen. Everybody, thank you so much. Clint,
thank you, Raul.
You're the best, man.
Thank
Love
you.
talking with you as always.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Raul.
Ron, for sneaking in. Stick around.
Stay tuned for Chris. We're going to cut to some music, and he'll be back on it. He'll be on around 10. Thanks.